On the menu today, I've got the most amazing chili con carne. This is a British version, so as using ingredients we should be able to get our hands on easily here in the UK. And I absolutely love this dish because you can customise it and you can serve it in multiple different ways. I love food with a bit of a kick and plenty of spice. And with this dish, I can serve it so it's really nice and hot and my mouth is on fire. Last week I did my coronation chicken, which you can serve on a jacket potato. Chili con carne you can have with a jacket potato, you can have it with rice, or you can have it with my favourite, but you have to stick right until the end so you can see me plate that one up. Ready for this chili con carne? I can't wait.
A decent chili con carne starts off with a good base, and in this case that's white onion. I've been known to use carrot in this before, but that's more in line with a bolognese sauce. Anyway, you want to chop this onion up into small chunks. It doesn't need to be too fine as this is going to cook for a good amount of time and wilt and sweat down. Chop it up, and of course there's some other beautiful ingredients which will form this chili, and that's a couple of cloves of garlic, a couple of cans of tomatoes, a can of red kidney beans, some tomato puree, dried spices. We're looking at cinnamon, crushed chilies, chipotle chili flakes and cumin, and some long red peppers of a slightly exotic variety. The only other thing I'm going to prepare now is some stock. I'm using beef stock, but you could use vegetable stock or even chicken stock. That is your preference. Grab yourself the biggest casserole pot you can find and start this off on a medium heat. Add in some oil and then some onions and sweat them down. About 5 minutes in, when this starts to happen, you can add your beef. I like to add a new ingredient in the middle part of the pan. That's going to be the hottest and it will cook the quickest. Use your spoon to break it down. You don't want pockets of this cooked mince, so you really want to work it in the pan. With most minces like this initially, there'll be water that seeps out of it, but then this will evaporate off and you can allow the meat to caramelise. This is really important and don't rush this step. Take your time and only move to the next stage when you're hearing that sizzle in the pan and your chili's starting to pick up a bit of colour. Next stage will be adding in some crushed garlic, moving that around, and then the dried spices. You want to give these a chance to sweat down a bit and become part of the chili. Next, your tomato element. The canned tomatoes and the tomato puree goes in, and that's stock. Don't worry, I'm listing all of the ingredients and measurements below, so you can cook this at home. Let time do its thing now. Let it simmer on a low to medium heat for around an hour. During this time, everything will soften down and become more and more tender. Those initially uninspiring canned tomatoes will thicken up and turn into a rich, punchy tomato sauce. Check on this from time to time, check your seasoning and see how it changes. When I've got about half an hour of cook time left, I start to prepare the red peppers. If I put them in from the start, they would have turned to mush, so I'm going to leave them closer towards the end along with the red kidney beans as they're already pre-cooked. Add them in, let this bubble away. I let this cook through with the peppers and allow the beans to be part of the sauce. Whilst that's happening, this gives me an opportunity to prepare my garnishes. And they are some lovely cheddar cheese, some diced spring onion, chopped red chilli and some coriander. These will add something to the dish and add a level of contrast both in flavour and texture. Just plate up and there you have it. Incredible.
So there we have it, beautiful chili con carne. I do love this one because you can make it up in a big batch. It's going to last a long time. It can easily last a few days. You can freeze it and it's pretty economical as well. You can add in different vegetables if you want. I've just used onion today. Could add in a bit of carrot, could add in a little bit of celery as well. You can use the leftover vegetables you have in your fridge, bulk it up a little bit, and it's going to make it go a little bit further. Without further ado, let's now go for the taste test. I've got 3 different versions today. My chili con carne with rice, with jacket potato, and the nachos. I do love this one, and this is my mother-in-law that introduced me to the chili con carne and nacho recipe. I love lots of cheese over mine. I like it under a really hot grill as well, so the tortilla chips get a little bit charred, and I do stick a bit of fresh chili on as well. I would usually have creme fraiche, but it's nice to have it a little bit different every time. That is delicious. I just love the background of spice going on in a chili con carne. I love the sautéed onion, I love the garlic. It all comes together really, really nicely. And I think my British version is really easy to go. You should definitely give it a shot at home. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate everyone's support. Don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and I'll catch you next week.